All right, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to you, hopefully elect. All right, and for whatever reason, um, for whatever reason, you know, my lives keep going down or whatnot. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this as a screen record video, picking up where I left off, because as I was trying to make the point earlier, just dealing with the fact that, as I was mentioning earlier, with what we're going to see come that time, there's going to be a lot of unspeakable, unimaginable things, because the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Shai, he's going to put his spirit on these different, when these foreign troops get busy, all right, the spirit that's going to be on them, it's going to be like they're mindless zombies, man. Because listen, the spirit that's going to be on these troops, is going to be like something as if, like these people, man, they're not going to have any type of conscious, like, so there's going to be like a driving force. And just speaking as a man, because I could see it, like the Apostle Gabar always says, you got to be a visionary. You got to be able to see these things, man. And I can see it, because the look that's going to be on these people's faces, like I said, it's going to be, these people are going to be mindless zombies, man. It's just going to be like they're not going to have a soul in them. They're not going to have a spirit, right? Because again, bringing it all back, they're going to be doing all type of unimaginable, unspeakable acts, man. And that's why I'm going to read this in Proverbs 10 and 23. It is a sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding hath wisdom. All right. And just to make the quick point, like I said, it is a sport to a fool to do mischief. Now, and I just wanted to make that quick point because, again, when these cats get busy, they're just going to be doing, again, unimaginable, unspeakable things for fun, just for the hell of it, just because, and again, that's going to be the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Because unlike them lockdowns of 2020, 2021, nobody took that shit serious, right? But when they lock things down for real, all right, listen, these people, they ain't gonna be asking questions. You got this saying, shoot first, ask questions later. These people, they ain't gonna ask questions. They just gonna shoot. They just gonna murder for fun, bloodshed for fun. They're just gonna be doing it just because, because the time is coming. Let me get this. When all this is going down, man, hey, that's when people are going to consider. And that's when the people are going to try to humble down, especially Jake, because, again, Jake is the focus, right? Jake is the focus. I'm going to get this in Jeremiah 15. Because, as I was mentioning earlier in the live, some of us are going to get taken into these quote-unquote isolation centers, and it's coming back to me because I remember before my live cut out earlier, touching on the dream that I had a couple of years ago, which I believe to be a vision, because I'm not one to get dreams, visions, and the very few that I do, I don't remember them. But this one, I remember it like it was yesterday, like it was last night. Like I said, it was about 2-3 years ago, but I remember it like I had it last night, and I remember it very vividly. And I remember in this dream, being strapped down. I was in pretty much like an all white room. It was hella bright, you know. I was strapped down to some type of bed. I couldn't move, you know. I was wrapped up, you know. They had the little those strap belts, you know, all around me, so I couldn't move. My head, you know, I was stationary. Everything was stationary. Pretty much the only thing that I could move was my eyes, and like I said, I remember it just being hella bright. You know, all I could move was my eyeballs. You know, and like I said, it was an all white room. It was hella bright. I remember seeing these guys, um, in these all white hazmat suits, you know, covered up and whatnot. They had the, you know, something like you see out of a movie, you know, mad scientists with the gloves on, and they were clearly about to torture me. You know, that was obvious. All right. And I remember in the video, Slakia, I remember in the dream, I remember feeling, because obviously if you're in that situation, you're gonna feel terrified. You know, you're gonna feel some type of way. But I remember in the dream, I didn't have that feeling. You know, it was almost like I was just ready to get it over with. Like I wasn't scared or anything. I wasn't nervous. I was trying to get out. You know, I wasn't even. It wasn't even a thing of me trying to fight my way out. I was just trying to move. You know, I was just, you know, just to see. You know, but I wasn't going anywhere. And I came to that point in my mind, like, well, this is just how it has to be. And, you know, I kind of just, hey, whatever they were about to do, they're going to do it. Like I said, it was obviously about to torture me. And I remember also in that room, there was a camera. Um, there was a camera, or not a camera, but a monitor. And I remember that monitor, because it would flicker, like it would change to different parts of whatever facility I was in. You know, the monitor would, you know, 5 seconds you know, it's facing a hallway. Then, you know, 5 seconds it would change over to another, whatever part of the facility. And I remember seeing that. And all of a sudden, just when these guys were about to do what they were going to do, all of a sudden they stopped. And I remember looking on the monitor, and all I seen was people running. And when I say people, they were like, and the best way I could put it, it was like something out of what's that movie, World War Z with Brad Pitt? You know how those you know, those crazies, you know, it was something like that. You know how they were just running super fast and whatnot. That's the best way I could put it. You know, and as the monitor was switching to different places within the facility or whatever, you know, 1 minute, you know, it just kept switching over, and it was just quiet. And then all of a sudden, the monitor kept switching over, and all you see is people running, zombies running. I guess you could say. I guess that's what it was. I remember seeing zombies running all through the hallways, and like I said, as soon as these, whoever they were, whatever they were about to torture me, they stopped, and they were like, "Oh shit!" And they pretty much, you know, got the hell out of Dodge or whatnot. Like I said, I remember this like I had it yesterday, because later on, basically in that dream, it led to spiritual power. But I'm not going to get into all that. But it led to spiritual power later on. But just the point I wanted to make with that dream was being locked up in some type of facility, about to be tortured to death. You know, because again, some of us are going to get taken into these isolation centers, but it's going to be for the trying of our faith. All right. Now, Jake, on the other hand, 2/3, no, they're going to get tortured to death. You know, they're going to get tortured to death, man. You know, and that's why I'm going to get this real quick in Jeremiah 15:2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine. This is a point. It says, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. So you see, because I'm going to go to 2nd Ezra 16. Because the time is going to come when the Lord is going to allow the hammer to drop. And, hey, people's doors are going to be getting kicked in. Families are going to get separated. Like I said, some people are going to get executed on spot in front of the family. You know, you might have some Jake's going to see their wives, daughters, sons getting raped right in the front lawn. You know, like I said, there's going to be a lot of unspeakable acts going on, taking place. All right. You know, bear with me. So yeah, like I just read, from the captivity to the captivity, right? A lot of these Jakes are going to get hauled off to these isolation centers, quote unquote. Some of us are as well, but again, it's going to be too Lord willing, just for, you know, our testimony and to try our faith, right? But 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 67. Behold, the Most High himself is the judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. No more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. So you see, man, we're going to be all right. However it plays out, we're going to be all right. All right. The Lord is going to be with us. You know, we're already dealing with our chastening. We're already getting our asses whooped. So Jacob's trouble is not for us. All right. And the Lord constantly reassures that throughout the scriptures, you know, in our personal walk. All right. We've got nothing to worry about. Jacob's trouble is not for us. It says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. And they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. So you see, man, like I read in Jeremiah 15, some people are going to be taken captives, hauled off to these quote unquote isolation centers, man. These FEMA camps, tortured to death, man. You know, the Lord's going to allow these people to have their way with these Americans, these Babylonians, especially Jake, 2/3 of Jake. You know, a lot of these Jakes, man, they're going to get jacked up, man. The Lord's really going to jack these people up. You know, I don't know if you've ever seen those Hostel movies, and you know, that's the first thing that comes to mind. You know, when I think about these FEMA camps, I think about those movies. I think about the Hostel movies. You know, Saw, all the Saw movies. You know, these people, you know, they're just getting tortured to death and just all type of stuff. And again, because it's going to be the Spirit of the Lord. It's going to be on these people, man. These mad scientists, from the mad scientists to the what do you call them? The troops, these foreign troops. You know, man. Again, it's just, I can see, just, you know, I can see it, man. You know, Jake getting tortured to death, like the scriptures say, the weeping and gnashing of teeth, man, just crying out in the bitterness of their soul, looking into the eyes of the torturer, and the torturer, the one doing the torturing, he's got no soul. He's just like a mindless entity. Well, that's going to be the Spirit. Jake is going to see the Spirit of the Lord, man. You know, and they're going to fear. They're gonna feel Slakia. They're gonna feel that the terribleness, because that's what it's gonna take. Do death by pain. All right, do death by pain. As I mentioned earlier, like, you think Esau's bad? Where do you think he gets his spirit from? Or where do you think he gets that spirit from? Because, like I said, Esau, he'll torture you to the point where you're about to die. You're about to give up the spirit. And then he'll stick you with some adrenaline just to torture you some more. That's going to be the case for some Jakes, man. You know, getting tortured to death around the clock. And the Lord's going to allow it. The Lord, hey, because he's the one doing it. Just when Jake is about to give up the spirit, the Lord's going to be like, nope. All right. Going to put the spirit back in his body, or he's going to stop the spirit from leaving the body, you know, and you're going to have to feel that. As for some Jakes, again, man, it's going to be all day and night. You know, as I read earlier, you know, as it was brought out last night, from day to day, you know, as I mentioned in the second Ezra 9, you know, they're going to dwell in torments. That's going to be, hey, man, Jake is going to be in a horrible case. But this is what it's going to have to take. You see, the Lord, these people, they forced the Lord into this. They forced the Lord's hand. They forced the Lord to do this. So this is what it's going to have to take for Jake, man. And like I said, well, let me read verse 69. It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in a reproach and trodden underfoot. All right. That's why the Lord willing, wear that number, man. He's hardening us because, hey, a lot of Jake, they just going, man, you almost want to feel sorry for Jake. You almost want to feel bad for Jake. But no, the hell with Jake. Fuck Jake. You know, but hey, even it's a scary thing because Jake they really don't know what's coming. They really don't know. You know, like when Yahushua wept, because he knew Jerusalem. He even warned Jake about the siege of Jerusalem before it happened. You know, and Yahushua was just looking at Jake like, man, you know, Jake. And I always meditate on that because Yahushua being the top alpha. All right, Yahushua being the stern, stoic, austere man that he was and that he is. You know, we're trying to be like him. But even he couldn't help to, hey, man, like Jake, man, they really don't know what's coming. Well, how much more now? Because it's going to be a whole lot worse in 70 AD. But this is what has to happen. The Jake, they forced the Lord's hand into this, spiritually speaking, because, you know, it was all set up anyways by the Lord. But this is what it's going to have to take for Jake to fear the Lord. Because like I said, and again, I can see it. Jake, they're going to be getting tortured to death, man. And they're going to be looking into the eyes of those doing the torturing, you know, crying out in the bitterness of their soul, whether it be physically or, you know, just in their spirit, because some Jakes, some Jake might not even be able to talk because they're so jacked up. They're so down bad, man. You know, some Jakes might not even be able to get the words out because of how just, you know, whether it be shock or tongue might be cut out or whatever. But I believe that the Lord is going to have it to where, hey, he's going to make you understand why you're going through this. I believe that the Lord is going to have it to where your spirit is somewhat going to be aware. All right. Like I said earlier, whether you talked shit about one of the prophets, you walk by camping, you know, you said something stupid, you even thought something stupid about the Lord's men, about his prophets, or the Lord might have it in your mind to where he makes you remember something that you did in one of your past lives or something. You know, I believe the Lord can do that. So that's not a far-fetched thing. You know, but it's going to be in those moments where, hey, Jake is crying out in the bitterness of their soul, and they're weeping and gnashing of the teeth, getting tortured to death. You know, the Lord's going to have it to where, hey, this is why you should have feared me. This is why you should have listened. You know, I believe that's going to take place. I believe the Lord can do that. Because that's what it's going to take, man. I don't think it's going to be all, you know, Jake's, you know, dying these horrible deaths and, well, why am I going through this? No, man, the Lord is just, right? He's just, you know? So, you know, I mean, it's not far-fetched to think that, hey, the Lord's going to have it to where Jake's going to know. You know, Jake is going to know why they're going through while they're being tortured to the death. And they're going to see and they're going to feel Yahweh Shema Shai. And he's going to make them to know, yeah, you should have, this is why you should fear me. You know, this is why you should fear me. You know, they're gonna come to understand the terribleness of our power, man. Because Esau, he ain't shit. Esau ain't shit, man. You know, but this is what it's gonna have to take. All right, the Lord's really going. Hey, it's almost cringeful just to even think about it, man. You know, but it's gonna get crazy, man. You know, the Lord is not one to play with. All right, he's terrible. All right, he's terrible. And soon, man, the Lord, the world is gonna find out about the terribleness of our power, man. So, Lord, one of this is edifying. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully, elect.